piano tracks. Right now, we're going to tackle the 3 remaining ones we have, which are the electric piano track, electric punch, which is just another electric piano, except it's just kind of a punch in, and then xylophone, which is sick. I'm stoked that there's xylophone in this song. What a treat that is. What a treat. So let's start out with our xylophone. Let's open up the hood, look at our EQ immediately. Right when I open it, it looks insane already. And let's solo our xylophone and highlight this massive boost that I'm making. Let's hear what this boost is. All of the high-end attack and brightness and lift and presence of our xylophone. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of xylophone, I think of bright, crispy, an airy melody that just kind of sits on top of everything else. That's kind of like what the whole point is, really. I don't want it to feel buried and muted. I want it to feel bright and lifty and airy. So that was my thinking behind this choice. Other than that, all I did was add our little high pass here that just kind of cleaned up our everything underneath it. It's really high. It's at like 250 or something. We don't need anything below 250 for this track. What bright, wonderful little bells we have. Simple adjustment, effective. Glad we did it. So that is our xylophone. Let's actually jump back to our first track here, which is this electric piano. Let's hear the electric piano in the context of the whole song. So now let's solo this. Cool, so soloing this and looking at our EQ, you can probably already read my mind here. Unlike the xylophone, this has basically been the opposite. With the xylophone, we dramatically tilted it to emphasize the high end. For this track, it's getting buried, not because it's not present enough in the highs, but because it's missing a low, mid, and mid-range body. It just has no substance, it has no power, it has no body. So that's my thinking here. Let's hear what this specific frequency range sounds like on its own. Great. When we're toggling on and off, it's like night and day. Finally, before we get out of this window, I'm just going to apply our high-pass filter, our trusty dude. Let's unsolo this track, hear how it sounds. This adjustment, I feel like the track just disappears. Cool. So finally, let's look at our third and final track of the video here, this other electric piano part, this little punch in. It's this pink section right here. Let's hear what this sounds like in the context of the song. Already sounds good. Let's solo it and bring up the EQ. What I hear when I'm listening to this track immediately is like, well, there's no problem with the low mid presence. This track does feel like it has body, but it's lacking the high end attack and air. We tilted one way for the xylophone, tilted other way for the electric piano, and now we're back doing this thing. So let's hear this frequency range that I boosted aggressively. Yep, all the attack, all the air, all the presence. Let's turn this band on. Doesn't feel as underwater anymore. Nice, we're gonna add a low pass filter here just because there's not really anything going on way up there. So we're gonna kind of clean up our processing. Same idea applies to our high pass. Nothing going on below like 200. So now let's hear this track with the EQ in the context of the song, see how we feel about it. Man, nice. I just love that. When we gave it this lift, I'm going to use a word that kind of doesn't really even mean anything at all, but just because I thought it, when we lifted it up that way and boosted the high mids, all of a sudden, that little melody line just felt more musical to me, you know? In any case, I am happy with these 3 adjustments that we made. These were all pretty straightforward. It was just kind of a tilt, tilt, tilt. So yeah, that is gonna wrap up our keys. This song is coming together like right before our eyes and our ears, and I'm feeling great about it. So keys are wrapped up. We're gonna move on in the next section to all of our guitar tracks. There is a lot going on in the guitar tracks, so I'm excited to dive in. See ya in the next one.